A report by CII on startups that can now add potentially up to $1 trillion in Indian economy by 2030. The report also states that there'll be 50 million new jobs added by startups which are likely to become more unicorns. So perhaps we'll see more unicorns emerging in Indian ecosystem. My colleague Udisha Shrivastava was at the CII report launch, listening to what she was told by the representatives at CII.
Sir, what are the key findings of the report?
Yeah, I think if you look at the last few years, the unicorn and the broader startup ecosystem has done an incredible job. What we found is about 10 to 15% of the incremental GDP that India has added over the last 10 years has come from the startup ecosystem. And that's a tremendous achievement. Going forward, what we see is about $1 trillion contribution to the GDP by 2030. That's a very large number. But also, if you look at things like job creation, we're going to add about 50 million jobs coming from this entire startup ecosystem. And I would say even more broadly than economic impact, if you like societal impact, the amount of inclusivity that it is driving is extraordinary. We have startup factories which are completely run by women. If you look at the consumer impact, it's been actually quite stellar. We now have, pretty much everything available within 30 minutes delivered at home. If you think about MSMEs getting loans, it's now happening in a matter of minutes. So all of this is the big impact that this ecosystem has had, and more to come from a future perspective as well.
All right. More unicorns to come in future. Startups likely to add $1 trillion. Perhaps the funding winter has now started thawing. Startups are looking at a brighter future. India has added its second unicorn, Kartik, for this year by the way of Perfios. We had Krutrim, an AI startup, which was added earlier this year. So perhaps more unicorns this year as opposed to last year.
I mean, thankfully, Shweta, we are still sitting on the 15th of March and two unicorns have been added already, as opposed to all of calendar year 2023 adding a total of two. So from, and those were also Zepto, which obviously, was part of this large quick commerce sector, and the burgeoning quick commerce sector, which has seen the likes of Swiggy and Zomato and God knows, who all entering. One failure, of course, Dunzo, which is a sad part of the quick commerce story. And then you had Incred, which is a fintech player. So we've seen fintech and we've seen quick commerce as the only two sectors which produced unicorns in all of last year, the entire calendar year. And this year we're already seeing one AI, Krutrim AI startup becoming a unicorn, owned by and founded by none other than Bhavish Agarwal, the founder of Ola. And then we've seen a SaaS-enabled platform, a SaaS-enabling platform called Perfios becoming the second unicorn to be added, and we're still sitting on the 15th of March. Now, I think the larger trend here is the fact that AI startups and tech startups now seem to be the flavor of investments. In fact, we've seen investments into AI as a category increase from a mere $15 million in 2022 to $250 million, which is a 20x almost growth, or if not 20, at least, a 17, 18x growth in 2023. So $15 million becoming $250 million, and I believe 2024 is going to be the year where we will see more, if not unicorns, at least soonicorns in the AI space emerge.
Hopefully more unicorns as well. But AI is the flavor of the season. I think that's the message from this report. But CII are hopeful that startups are going to shine and thrive come 2030 to add about $1 trillion to Indian economy and more than 50 million jobs. So all those looking for jobs out there perhaps might as well start hunting for a startup to employ you.